Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing my tribute to my favorite show, The Walking Dead. DIY number 1. So this is a door I got thrifting. It was decorated for Christmas. And I don't know if you can see where I've already written in pencil. And I'm just tracing with my hot glue gun. And this is going to say, "Do not open, dead inside." Now it's not exactly the same, obviously. I don't have double doors. And the original said, "Don't open." But in order to get this to fit correctly on the door, I thought this would look a little better. And basically you just use your glue gun and trace the letters. It doesn't have to be beautiful or perfect. You want it to be messy. You want it to be something someone slapped on there. That's what somebody in the show, I guess somebody spray painted it on there. And I thought, well, we can do this, make it look like they wrote it in blood, maybe. I don't know. But it turns out pretty cool. So there you can see, do not. Be careful not to get into your wet glue. If you want to do one word and let it dry, another word and let it dry, you know, or cool or cure, whatever you want to call it. And the worst part is making sure you get rid of all the glue strings. That took a while. Once it was all cooled, I had to sit there and pluck all the glue strings off. I used my heat gun to some extent, but you got to be careful. You don't want to melt your letters. So it's like, oh my god, how am I going to get all these off? But I finally did. Thank you guys for being here with me today. And just a heads up, this one is a little bit more macabre, a tiny bit gory. Not crazy. We don't have guts flying everywhere or anything, but it's like I said, it's an homage to The Walking Dead. So, and I'm just going to paint this entire thing. This is sheepskin is the name of this color. I wanted a light background color so you could see all the details. And at some point it was just a normal, nice looking door. So, and this took a little time. You got to make sure you get your paint all up under the letters and get it covered. And I only did one coat because I knew I was gonna distress it with brown and red. So I wasn't worried about it showing through a little bit. And now I've got my folk art Java. It's just a dark brown. And we are going to dab most of the paint off our chip brush here and just start dry brushing and picking up and distressing it and picking up the letters a little bit. It's starting to come together now. I decided, well, let's go a little heavier. And it's best to start light because if you want to add more, you can add more, but you can't take it away, so. So now I'm taking a tiny brush and going over the letters again with the brown, with the Java, and just making sure they really show up. I can't believe it's October. We're getting so close to Halloween. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm getting ready to go on a little trip for a few days, so I'm trying to get my videos scheduled a little bit ahead of time. I think I'm okay, but so now I'm taking, this is Imperial Red. That's another folk art brand. And I'm just adding some red to the letters here and there. And at this point I wasn't sure if I just wanted to do the letters. It looks pretty cool just like that. And then of course I got a little bit of red where I didn't want it. I thought, well, let me go ahead and dry brush some red around all the letters. And then I thought, let me add a little more. So, so at any point during this, it looks cool. But then I wanted to add a little more red. We wanted to be a little bit gory, right? And I'm picking up all these little where the, you know, where the door's carved out. And now we're going to go a little heavier on the red at the bottom. And as I was doing it, I was like, well, let's add more to the bottom. Like, well, let's add some to the sides. Well, let's, you know, so. It's Halloween. Come on, let's have some fun with it. But yeah, this is a fun one. And you just keep on doing that until you're happy with it. And this project is done. Look at that. Nice and creepy. Gotta love it. DIY number 2. Ah, look out. So this is a Dollar General skeleton. I think they were $3. It's about 10 inches tall. And if you watch my mummy videos, this is very similar technique to that, where we're going to use Mod Podge and little torn pieces of paper towels. And what I do is I tear apart the 2 plies and I use the bottom ply, because the top ply tends to have a pattern stamped in it, and the back piece is a little more, comes out a little more skin-like. So we're going to keep adding paper towels until it looks like a zombie, pretty much. Yes, we're making a zombie. I had to do some Walking Dead. I just had to. And then make sure when you add, and once you're trying to do around the face where there's details, and I had to kind of cut this into smaller sections, because if I showed you everything I did, this video would be 3 hours long. But make sure you welcome the wrinkles. Use your brush and push on the paper towel once it's wet. Move it around. Make it wrinkly. Make it look like skin is hanging down, you know. And I just keep adding layers to the face. And for the jaw, once I got a piece that kind of went across the upper to the lower jaw in the corners, once it dries and hardens, it will hold the jaw in place. So that was kind of a pain to keep the jaw from acting foolish until I got the first layer of paper towels on and let it dry for a while. Once it starts to get really wet and thick, it's just going to be, you're going to end up pulling off more than you put on. So once you get most of the head done, just put it aside and let it dry. You can let it dry overnight. Put it in front of a fan. That helps a lot. So now we're going to do these tiny fingers. Now this was tough. But basically, once I got it, you know, you wrap it around the thumb, but when you get in the center, the fingers in the center, there's no room. So for a lot of it, I managed to glue it to the front and tuck it down in between. And then if you've got too much excess, mash it into the palm of the hand. So that's how I managed to get this on here. Because you see, all the time I spent just on this daggone thumb, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, it took a while. This takes some patience. So these 2 fingers here are very close together. And I think I ended up laying a piece across both of them and just tucking it between just enough to show, you know, to show that, separate them without actually pushing them all the way around. And I'm flipping it over back and forth. So yeah, it did take a lot of time to do the hands. The feet weren't too bad, because at least they were mostly wrapping, because you wanted the toes to show as toes, because I didn't have any shoes and I wasn't going to try to make shoes. So it was like, it's going to be a barefoot zombie. And now I come around the back to do the neck, and I did several layers around the neck and the big gap in the shoulders there, and just kept laying layers across the opening until I was happy with it. But you get a layer or 2 over top of there and let it dry. Then you start adding your texture. And once this dries and hardens, it's not going anywhere. And then make sure your teeth show. Keep the paper towels off the teeth, and take the brush and just kind of, when it's wet, shove it off the teeth. And then that'll also create the look of the skin around the teeth is kind of, you know, decomposing, if you will. So if you know zombies, you know what I mean. And then I'm also going to wrap the arms up to the elbow, and then I also wrap the feet and the legs about halfway up the shin there. So now that is the top half of an old sock. I glued it around the rib cage, and yeah, it's a zombie. We want it skinny, but we want it to have some body. So I just take a few cotton balls and stuff that, and there we're gonna give it a butt. It has to have a butt. So now we're gonna make some pants. I got this piece of fabric from some old jeans, and we're just gonna try to keep this simple. I laid it over top, and I'm just going to cut the legs, split it in half for the two legs. And we're just going to use hot glue to create the seams. I'm going to cut off the excess there. So now I've got it turned where it would be inside out, and I'm going to glue the seams together. So we're going to do one leg first. And now I did the same thing with the other leg. And then, of course, the outside. And I left an opening there. Now you got to get them right side out. Once I got it started, you push it through and pull it, push it, pull it. You know, it just takes a minute. I used a dowel rod to kind of push it through. That helped a little bit. And now we've got his breeches on. I keep saying he, but the way things go, this turns out to be a girl zombie. So, so I'm just going to cut the excess off the top and glue the pants to the waist. And we have some pants. Now, it was a little too bulky around the waist, so I wrapped some twine around there a couple times. And then we still have to add the paper towels for the shoulders. I mentioned that a minute ago about laying it across and covering the gap. And once that's done and everything is completely dry, the head is completely dry, this is a little piece of saran wrap, and we do the head. I tried to do the hands, and it wouldn't cooperate, so I said as long as we do the face. So you want the saran wrap to be able to wrap around itself so it'll stick to itself. And then we're going to take our heat gun. And this takes a little time for it to actually start to melt it. And this will create some distressed and pulled skin look. Now, I saw this on a video, and it was on a much bigger skull. So I'm like, is this going to work? I'm like, well, it's going to make the skin look strange, so it can't hurt. Anyway, you'll see more details later. So now I've just got a sponge and my Decor Art Primitive, just a tan color, and just dab it on a base coat on everything. But yeah, you want to use the heat on the face until the area of the eyes and mouth melt away. And you're hoping for like little strings of skin. And I do end up getting one piece I really liked. So, and this is just some black paint and water. Kind of do a wash over the entire thing, and I'm using a sponge to dab the excess off. I do the same thing with the arms and legs and hands and feet. And now I've got two pieces of torn sponge, and I am just going back and forth with a forest moss green. That's a folk art color, and the Java, the dark brown. And just dabbing back and forth the greens and browns. And then I don't think I show it, but I also go back and dab a little bit of black here and there later. So, yeah, I went ahead and put the pants on, but I didn't want to do a shirt until we got the, got it painted. Creepy. And then make sure you do inside the mouth and eyes darker than the rest. When you're doing the paint wash, do the eyes several times to keep them dark. And then the teeth got kind of lost in the paint, So we're going to take that, again, that primitive color. We don't want a blazing white, but we want the teeth to show. So I've just got some Imperial Red here. And I'm going to put a little bit of red bloody details here and there. There's a spot, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a spot where that saran wrap did exactly what I was hoping it would do. On the right side of the jaw, there's a stretched spot, and I wanted to get that red underneath. So when I found this little piece of fabric, I thought, well, this is perfect to make a shirt, and that determined that this would be a female zombie. And basically I cut the excess off and wrapped the triangle shaped piece around to make the basic shirt. And then I lost my footage. I don't know what happened with the sleeves. You'll see in a minute. And I'll kind of try to tell you how I did them. And I also, I don't know what I did trying to get everything uploaded. And here we're just going to cut and tear the edges and age those clothes. The hair, I've lost that footage too, but that is a piece of dollar store spider web, and it worked perfect for scraggly, thinning hair. And if it was a dude, I wouldn't care if it was bald, you know. But since it turned out to be a girl, I'm like, uh-oh, what am I gonna use for hair? And I thought, you know what? Now I'm taking antiquing wax, diluted with a little water, and dirtying up all the clothes. Look at this. I just love this. The sleeves I basically just brought across the tops, across the shoulders, and down the front of the arm, and then wrapped them underneath the arm with the hot glue. That's all I did for the sleeves. But yeah, sorry about that. I'm like, I lost the wig and the sleeves. I don't know how I did that. But so now we're gonna bloody her up a little bit. I think I had to do the teeth again. I had to do the teeth a couple times to make sure they were showing. And we just add some gory details, and we've got ourselves a zombie. This was so much fun. Look at this. This so much fun. So much fun. So yeah, I love this. I love this. And there she is. Here's my reveal. So simple and fun. And Walking Dead. I love it. I love it. And there's my girl. You can see that detail by the mouth I got from the saran wrap there. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed my creepy Walking Dead video. I sure enjoyed doing it for you. Come back and see me. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.